Baseline, right? I'm getting rid of my gum. Boom. Easy work. Baseline. So your baseline is basically the standards that you have for yourself and that you're currently maintaining through your own discipline. Name any activity that you do consistently throughout the day that technically requires like a certain amount of discipline. That is your baseline. It is the current standard that you hold for yourself. Example, you brush your teeth twice a day, right? Hopefully you do, you fucking nasty fuck. You brush your teeth twice a day, and then one day, you're really tired that night, and then you just choose to simply, just not brush your teeth that night. Now, maintaining the current baseline of you brushing your teeth twice a day was actually extremely easy because you were already in a habit and a routine. So your brain did it automatically and you were kind of just turned off when you did it. But then comes the one time where you had a little bit of resistance because you came home late one night and you're really, really tired. 2 weeks go by, and in those past 2 weeks, you've been brushing your teeth once a day. You notice your teeth are getting a little bit more yellow, and like overall, your hygiene is basically downgraded simply because you didn't maintain your original baseline of brushing your teeth twice a day. It would have been easier for you to just overcome that small amount of resistance that you had that one night when you chose to not brush your teeth twice a day, instead of just saying, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, because tomorrow now it's twice as hard to actually do it twice. Maintaining your baseline is probably one of the easiest things that you do, because it's like you're doing whatever discipline action that you're doing on a daily basis very, very easily, because your brain is switched off and you can just get through it. Quite like it's you don't have to use your decision making. You just do it like that because it's a habit and because it's routine. For example, my baseline is I always record at least 2 to 3 pieces of content a week. If anything, if you notice, I actually slightly dropped below my baseline. I was posting roughly twice a week. Consistently, it's been once. So apologies for that. That's gonna change. I'm gonna raise it up. But the raising of that baseline is actually gonna be harder because, again, maintaining is easier than building. Let me repeat that again. Maintaining is easier than building. By no means should you ever reduce your standards because of that small moment of resistance, because overcoming that tiny resistance is way, way easier than beating that that initial hill of starting something new, or even like rebuilding that like tower. It's like a new frontier that you're going through. It's harder to come back up. That's why overall getting better is always a painful process, and if you want to improve in life, you kind of always have to be uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable recording videos. I like the main like sort of theme that I've chosen for my videos is to do talking videos outside in nature. There's people that are watching me, you know what I mean? There's people that look at me weird, that look at me funny. At first it did feel weird, and then I kind of just built up I kind of just had the lack of care for their opinion. You know, one of the most beautiful things that you ever build up as a guy is as a person is literally just caring less about what others think, because the second someone notices that you have that hardness to you, they're not really gonna try and shame you or criticize you, because they already know that your mind is already kind of a rock. You just don't give a fuck. Always maintain your baseline no matter what, right? Because I'm telling you now, the hardest thing that you'll ever do is having to build up that baseline. For a while I stopped boxing and it was hard for some reason. I felt really, really happy, and then just as I expected, I kind of got like a little bit of resistance coming back into it, you know, over the few weeks, and I missed a couple. My friends were critical, were like, yo, what the fuck? Like, come on, man, don't miss your Monday sessions. It's important to go twice, regardless of the money, whatever. It's all about maintaining that discipline and focused routine, because once you just get into it, it's so easy to fly, man. It's like flying. It's hard you have to use a lot of power. Like, let's be honest, planes probably use most of their fuel during the takeoff, accelerating, going up, 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 and then you're here. It's like you're here, and then you're gliding, The hard work is always in like the middle part of the beginning, where you're just sort of just came over the curve of, that happiness, because you get high hopes in the beginning, reality hits you, and then that's why you see like who's real and who's not. How well are you gonna do this? But yeah, never ever drop your baseline, okay? Brush your teeth twice a day. Keep studying every single day. Whatever it is, just maintain it for the love of God. Even if you get that small, I feel a little bit I'm telling you, it's all BS. It's a trap. Your mind's playing tricks on you. Your brain does play tricks on you. You can't trust it at times. Just do the logical thing. Just do the harder option. every time you pick the harder option, it always just turns out great. But I don't know why. It's the most generic advice that so many people have criticized, and yet every time I've personally followed it, and multiple of my friends, my life has inevitably gotten better every time. But then every time I choose the holistic option, where it's like, oh yeah, I should mess around here and there, it drops a little bit, you know. By no means should you take life too seriously. Have fun. Just ensure that your head is screwed on straight and you're maintaining your current baseline. By all means, there is no like criticism to this. There is no reversal to this. You know what I'm saying? Maintain the baseline no matter what. All right, guard it like your children. You know what I'm saying? Your baseline is the most important thing. Make sure your standards never drop. If your standards drop, you're gonna have a hard time catching up. Other than that, take my advice or fuck you, you're a prick. But for those who do take my advice, I love you. Enjoy the sun, enjoy the weather, and peace.